think I should have recorded this. All right. Yeah. So I didn't touch last week with on Sunday about comparing Forsage with some of the models that we have, multi-level marketing models and so on. So that's what I want to complete today, and then we go to the discussion of today of dream stealers or dream killers. All right. So I was talking about Forsage and comparing Forsage to normal multi-level marketing companies. All right. And the models that we know that are commonly used in the multi-level marketing industry is either unilevel or binary or forced matrix. All right. And so let me talk about unilevel. What is unilevel? Unilevel are commonly used by companies that deal with food supplements, home care products, or any other services that that are normally traditionally used. And most of the old traditional multi-level marketing companies that we've known in the past and so on and so forth have used the multi-level marketing, have used the unilevel model. Now, the challenge with the unilevel model is that whenever one of your success team or the people that you have introduced into the multi-level marketing business, when they catch up with you on the same level or rank, you normally lose part of the income that you are earning from that particular individual. All right. So when they catch up with you, you lose income. And probably some of them would only pay you what is called leadership bonus with respect to that particular person who has caught up with you in rank when it comes to unilevel model. So normally that is the challenge that comes with the unilevel. Now, when it comes to binary systems, it has another big challenge. And there are normally two challenges with binary system. One is that one always needs to balance your legs, all right? So the legs have to be balanced so that sometimes one leg would go all the way to Timbuktu, all right? And you cannot make money out of that line unless now you start growing the other leg, all right? Which is quite short, and sometimes that is always the challenge when it comes to binary systems. One leg could go away and you may not make as much money as you would have made because you brought that particular, you are the one who worked with that team probably to grow in that way. Now, so the challenge with binary is that's one. The next challenge that you also may have with binary is that binary system normally have what is called maximum payout per week for whatever level that you are in. So you will find that again, your earnings are normally maxed out at some point, and you cannot earn beyond a certain maximum payout. Now, the next one, which is interesting, is what is called a forced matrix. A forced matrix. And this is normally, that is the old traditional pyramid schemes are actually were based on matrix systems. And now the problem with a matrix system is that it is normally a Herculean task to fill up that matrix. It is normally next to impossible. And in fact, the reason why gifting programs that came up, I think, a few months ago, most of them came and they were gifting programs. All those gifting programs were actually forced matrix systems. And forced matrix systems always will come to a very difficult scenario of being able to meet the demand that people, I mean, how it works. So to solve all these issues, to solve a unilevel type of system, to solve binary, to solve matrix, it could only have been done with a smart contract, and that is Forsage. So that is why Forsage has 3 projects, X3, X4, and X Gold. Now, that is what is able to address those particular issues that are normally so difficult to address in normal traditional businesses. So that's why Forsage has such a powerful model that is able to deliver what needs to be done. So unless, of course, there is a question on that, and again, if you have any question on what I've shared with respect to this, kindly type it on the chat or unmute yourself. Again, this is a member training session, and we are free here to be able to discuss many things. Now, the next thing that I wanted to share now is the subject of today, and that is dream killers. All right, and I'm sure you've met a scenario or situations in situations where you talk to somebody about Forsage, and they tell you, okay, I'm going to do a little research for myself, and then come back to you tomorrow. And they are so excited after listening to the Forsage project. And then tomorrow, when you call them, they don't even pick your call. Or if they do, they tell you, my conscience has told me not to get involved. And probably they have met something, or they have gotten some new information or something like that, and their dream has come to a stop. So I don't know if you have come across such a scenario. Kindly type it in on the chat 222. If you have met people that you've talked to them, they have liked the project initially, and then the next day they are telling you that they have gotten a new revelation. Now they are not part of this. Hey, yeah, you can see I'm not the only one. All right. So how to spot them, and then how to deal with this. Now, of course, I don't have the full dosage here. I am relying on all of us who are here as leaders to be able to address these issues. But yes, to know that there is something called a dream killer. All right. You come across a dream or a situation, and all of us always are challenged with dream killers. Dream killers are always around us every single day, and we need to deal with it every single day. And we normally say that that a picture speaks 1,000 words. All right. So today I'll just use a picture, and you can interpolate the information. And I'm sure you have come across these pictures before, somewhere in the internet and so on. So if you can see the picture that I've put on the screen there, kindly type in 111. Is it 111? Yeah, 111. Type in 111. If you can see the picture there, you can see your goal right at the top there, your goal, freedom, okay? Where you have freedom, you have seen Forsage, it is answering all your problems. You will actually get this. But before you reach your goal, there are certain things that you have to get through, all right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so first of all, the first people that you will always talk to are who? Probably your relatives, all right? And look at your relatives. They have a sword, all right? A two-edged sword. They are just about to chop off your head, all right? That's the first thing they will do. And then your friends are right there with the rungu, all right? With all those missionaries on those rungus. And dare move towards your goal, and you'll see what will happen to your head. Then you have society. Then you have guilt. Then you have fear. Then you have all these things that you got to go through before you reach your goal. All right. And some of them is even an internet. And what I have always said is, all these guys who are trying to kill your dream, none of them, sometimes, none of them Okay, maybe in some situation they do, but sometimes none of them actually pay your bills. Yet they kill your dreams, all right? They kill your dreams. So what you need to know is that your goals, your freedom, your whatever is awaiting to you on the other side, but you got to go through some of these rough situations in as you go through. Maybe to give you another one, another one here. Okay, you are trying to grow, and look at your friends. They are putting brakes on you. They are telling you, play it safe. All right, you should be happy with what you already have. Why are you running up and down talking to people about Forsage and telling people invest and things like that? And then after some time, probably when they realize that you are not giving up, they start telling you that you have changed. You are no longer what you used to be, all right? And these are all things that you must go through in order to reach your goal, all right? And look at this one. I thought this one also, this picture also spoke 1,000 words, 1,000 words. You need to change and know that life does not get any easier, all right? Life does not get any easier. You just need to get stronger, all right? So look at that wolf down there. Only one arrow and they are dying down there. You got to wake up one day and realize that it doesn't matter how many arrows you get, your dream is waiting for you. Your dream is waiting for you. And you are the only one who can actually wake up and see and smell the coffee on the other side. In fact, I remember the other day I met somebody and I was prospecting, and then the person told me, this is in fact, this is a pyramid scam. I'm going to research and give you the real information about this thing. And of course, the next day, the person sent me a ton of information from the internet about how this thing is a scam, about some Philippines document. Now, in fact, that's a very interesting thing that I need to share with you today. And probably some of you have been sent with, or I've received that document that seemed to have come from Philippines, the equivalent of the CMA, the Capital Markets Authority of Philippines, that actually gave people a warning on Forsage and told people, please take care of, don't get involved in Forsage. In fact, that particular warning said that even if you are found promoting Forsage, you will be guilty. You will be termed as guilty. And I looked at that and I said, wow, there are people out here in this world who have not seen, who are so behind on what is happening in the world today. You cannot stop a decentralized project. Now, let me also tell you this. By the way, I joined Forsage in December 9th. Luckily for me, I didn't read that document from Philippines, which was written all the way in June last year, by the way, June last year. I was joining Forsage in December. And the results I've gotten from December up to now are exactly what Forsage has prescribed that I would see. If I had read that document that somebody was flashing around, I wouldn't have gotten the results I've gotten today. So that's why sometimes things that are written online, things are written by people. People write things, whatever they want to write, because the internet is free for all. Anyone can write whatever they want to write to get what is called traffic, to get people to read or to come to their website or to come to whatever it is. And one of the most selling idea in the internet is the word scam. If you want people to come to where you are or to look at your video or to look at whatever you are doing, use the word scam and people will come and read it. And especially if it is a popular thing like Forsage. When Forsage actually became very popular, that is the word that people are using because they know that many people are looking for information about Forsage. So what do? You actually write reviews about it and call it a scam. And people come to your website and so on and come to see what you are giving. So don't give a lot of credence to so many things that are peddled online. Some of them could be true. Some of them are mixed with the truth. And some of them are outright lies. And you need to be able to differentiate what is true and what is not true. So basically, I want to finish my contribution to this topic by saying that it boils down to this. What you think other people think about you is where the problem is. All right? What you think other people think about you is what is affecting you. So in fact, the problem is not the dream killers. The dream killers will always do their job. What you need to work at is yourself. You are actually the main problem. The fact that you are allowing other people to stop you from going to where you want to reach. What people think about you is none of your business. Why? Because you cannot change what people think about you. And in fact, I want to tell you today, by the way, people don't think anything about you. People, even if you told them about Forsage and it looks so, or you told them about whatever it is and it looks so backward that why is somebody who is so learned peddling around with this kind of idea? By the way, do they spend sleepless nights thinking about you in that way? They don't. They sleep and think about their own dreams. In fact, everybody out here in the world is thinking about their own dreams. They have no business thinking about yours. So when you go thinking about what they are thinking about you, that is where your problem is. Your problem is yourself. Why are you even giving them that time, those thoughts to land on you and to stay with you? Move on. Do what you need to do to achieve your goals. Join up with the rest of us, or the rest of us when we are doing this bonfire on every Wednesday and on Sunday, and we fire each other up and we do what we must do. So thank you very much. I want now to open it up to the rest of us. Let's make contribution to whatever we have. We are contributing here. So keep your thoughts to yourself and focus your thoughts on your dream. Focus on what you need to do to achieve what you need to do. I am opening it up. So now let's contribute. Let's see what we can say here, what you can contribute to the discussion that's at hand. All right, my brother Ndegwa Migwi, you're welcome. Let's make contribution. And anyone, anyway, let's changia. Ingenes, make contribution, say something, Ingenes.
Thank you, JKK. Thank you, JKK. I think that was very powerful. I do like the last two items you spoke about, and especially this last one, about what I think that others think about me. That was very powerful, and I think I'll remember these as I continue. Thank you very much.
Okay. Karibu sana.
That was very, very powerful, JKK, Jeremy. And I hope everybody on the call, you are taking notes like I was doing. And probably before I go, I want to hear from a few people. And one of those people who have faced some of the challenges here is Nyamps, Nyambula.
Yes. Let me just put my video here.
To allow other people know that even the leaders, they go through the same fire that everyone is going through. The challenges happens to us all.
Yes, indeed. I have actually faced some of those objections where I've actually even put some people in the business, and then after some time they come and tell me God spoke to them and told them that this thing is not real, and they quit. I mean, what can you say? And then obviously I've also received all those documents that he's talking about, all the negative reviews on Facebook. I mean, on, what do we call it? Yes, online. But for me, what has worked for me and what I have purpose to do is to equip myself with knowledge and understanding. Because when you understand what it is that you've gotten yourself into, these statements that we are seeing here, what you think others think about you, I'm trying to still interpret that. But for me, so long as I'm grounded in what I'm doing, I understand exactly what I'm doing. I don't care who says what, because the only way somebody can sway me if I myself am not sure of what I am doing. So what I have been doing consistently, guys, is to read very seriously about blockchain technology and the opportunities and what are these smart contracts, and really to understand what Forsage is. Today, I know without a shadow of doubt what Forsage is. I know what blockchain is. I may not be an IT person, but I can find the right information in the right places. So as I face the objections, I don't argue. I'm not arguing with people. I'm not feeling intimidated by their objections. I am just directing them to find the right information. There is so much misinformation and disinformation out there. Whoever wants to thrive on it, like JKK says, we are just creating traffic for people who want traffic. At the end of the day, they're not going to pay my bills. So long as I know what I'm doing and it's paying my bills, and in the process I'm helping other people, I am good and I'm ready and I'm all sold out for such. Thank you. And over to you.
Awesome. If you remember this statement, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And Jeremiah has said something very, very profound, and it's just the interpretation of what is on the screen, that sometimes the way you think things are is not necessarily the way they are. And I keep giving an example of these Malimali guys. And wanauza kalai, sijui kalai nini, kalai, and they knock on your door, and you open and you tell them, sorry, today I'm not interested in your kalai. They have these very tough kalais, wanarukia juu, but if you're not interested, you're not interested. They don't just start whining and crying and thinking, what will that neighbor? No, they move quickly to the next door. And you see them, like where I live, I can see them from the window, knocking the next door neighbor. And if the neighbor says no, they go to the next one. You can imagine. So sometimes I really wonder, why can't we do the same? So I really want to hear from another person who is on this call. Tabs, please, I know you've gone through some objections. And I know we've talked to a few of our friends, common friends, and kindly share with us briefly.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tabitha, and I have I've faced some challenges whereby someone signs in
Tabitha, we can't hear you.
Oh, you can't?
Yes. Oh, now
Am I
you are
audible now?
Yes, yes. You're back.
Okay, sorry, my volume was a bit down. So we got to refer two ladies and they spent about 70K on one area. And then they did not want to refer anyone or do anything. And after some time, they started saying they wanted their money back, and it can get very depressing. So like the last speaker, Nyambura, said, the misinformation, and they started saying, oh, you have to get the money and get me back my money. You have to get me somebody who can buy my slots. And it can get very depressing, especially the person who had introduced or referred their friends is one of my success lines. And the negativity can really weigh you down. If somebody is your friend and they are calling you all the time and they are telling everybody the way you have shortchanged them their money and everything. But you know this, what I did, because I was very new, this was like my third day, I engaged Uncle Simon and JKK, and we were able to have like a three-way Zoom meeting. It hasn't gone, but at least it has let us, it has lifted some weight off our shoulders and raised our positivity and our energy to continue. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. And to reiterate on that, let me mention something. Remember, the role of the government is to protect its citizens at all cost. And remember, government is you and me, other than the people who, like you see in forefront. Government is you and me. And the number two, the role of the government is to give you, the citizen, liberty. Liberty, it means is a freedom to do whatever or engage in any venture, in any business. It's not the work of the government to come and tell, unless it's an illegal venture. That is where the law now comes in. That is why you'll hear people in some positions like central bank tell you, and they've been talking about blockchain for the last almost 10 years, cautioning the citizens, don't put your money here. Why? Because most of these people, they were not knowledgeable. And let me remind you guys here, and I think I'll call one of the speakers here. Somebody goes to the bank and they ask for an opinion. And remember, opinion happened to be the cheapest commodity that anybody can give to you. So they walk into a bank and they ask one of the bank managers, do you think it is wise to invest in a cryptocurrency? The bank manager tells this person, oh, don't dare, you are going to lose your money. What did that banker do? They just killed that other person. Why? Because it's a competition. Because we are dealing in money, and this is the revolution. This is what is happening now. And that is why if you find an opportunity that the government is in it, or the big corporate are doing the same kind of business that you want to do, you have zero chance. That is why you'll hear these cautionary measures. And that is why you'll be asked at the end of the day, do your due diligence. Is this thing paying? So, and to add on that, so when that person kills the business, let me remind you, a few years back, 15, 18 years ago, the top 3 banks in Kenya, when they realized that central bank was going to issue a license to Safaricom to act like a bank, to take the depositors' money, what did they do? KCB, Equity, Stanchart, they went to court to sue central bank. Why? You cannot do this. Why? Because they could see what is happening now. They could use the power of their imagination and see if these guys get the license and they do e-money, mobile money, guess what? They will have more turnover than all of us combined. And of course, we've seen that happening today. So why would you go ask for opinion or advice from your competitor? The other issue is we've seen people start businesses. We've seen people pay, in terms of millions, they pay goodwill. And then the owner of the building, after 6 months, they come and they say, we are going to renovate this building. And guess what? Nobody complains. And people lose millions of shillings because just the owner of the business want to bring in new tenants. And nobody complains. But when we venture into the world of network marketing and you tell your friend that, please join me, let's do this business. And by the way, we can earn unlimited amount of income. They come 2-3 months down the line, they tell you it's not working. And while this person, they've been in business for 20, 25 years, still they've not made, they've not been able to make the ends meet. And still they come back to you and they want to tell you that you scammed them. And let me ask, who has been scammed? Surely, all of you, you've been in Forsage. Look at your accounts. Most of you, I know how much you invested. And like Tabitha says, some of you guys invested 70,000. That was the cost of 1 Ethereum. And I know some of your accounts, how big, the size that they are in. So who has scammed who? Probably we can say we've scammed Forsage. So guys, and on that, I want to ask, let me say, Mildred Lumasai, can you unmute yourself and probably share some of the challenges? Because I know you've been whipped. And share, let people know that they are not alone, because when you are alone out there, you are thinking the business is so hard. And I keep saying, you cannot look good and get better at the same time. Somehow in the beginning, you have to look good. You have to make it count. You have to prove a point to people. The ones that are, remember even the young boys, they throw stones to a tree that has some fruits. If you do not have fruits, you have nothing to be thrown at. So Mildred, can you share your story? I think, yes.
Hello, everyone.
We can hear you.
You can hear me?
Kabisa.
Okay, I'm Mildred, as you said, Mr. Mingri. I've gone through so much. I'm a chair lady to a certain group. So I shared this business to them. So they were really against it from the word go, until a certain, this week, one of the lady went to the bank and asked if cryptocurrency is really legal. So actually I really felt bad. I really felt down. Because these are the people I was looking up to be in the business. So it was really, I really felt bad. So I shared this to Mr. Migwi yesterday. Was it yesterday or the other day?
Yes, yesterday.
Yeah, I shared with you. Actually, yesterday I was really down. I was really feeling bad. But today I gained courage, and that's why I'm on this call. I said, even if I'm down, I'll have to listen to everything that is going on to gain some strength. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, today, let me tell you, even us as leaders, we really face the same challenges. Whatever you are going through, that is exactly the same path that we've traveled through. Today, we went to do a presentation to one of the managers at KCB. And hey, let me tell you, lo and behold, the guy was really waiting because one of his customers went there. She had requested for a loan. And then apparently the customer joined Forsage. I think she has been able to earn a few Ethereums here and there, a few coins. And she canceled the loan. So, and this manager was very, very interested. And he said, I want to see these people who are like kind of misleading you. So what did we do this morning? Very early, me and JKK, we went all the way to Juja. And of course, remember the triangle where you are in the middle. On your left hand side, you have your prospect. And on the right hand side, you have your expert. So, and of course, what did I do? I edified Jeremiah. I said, of course, this is Mr. Jeremiah Kendagol. He has been a banker. By the way, this was his mother bank. He worked for this bank for over 21 years. So the guy said, what? He stood now in respect. Again, what was your name? Yeah, Jeremiah. Oh, now I know the name. Of course, he was in senior management and they started. So the guy, because he has not gotten to that level, guess what happened? He shrunk. And then he said, oh my goodness, I was waiting for you because as a manager in this bank, I've seen people come take loans and they put money either in Forex or they put money in pyramid scams. That is what. So Jeremiah was like, what is the issue? Is it the shape or is it the scam or the Ponzi in the scheme? And the guy could not even tell the difference. And now, because now of the respect, I want you to imagine if it was this client talking to this, prospecting this guy who happens to work in a bank. And bankers, because they deal in fiat money, they don't see crypto, they don't see blockchain, because to them, blockchain or cryptocurrency is a competition. Is you are taking, because by essence, you're becoming like a bank. So the guy, he ate what we call a humble pie. Because at some point, because Jeremiah was hammering him like crazy, I had to cool him down. I told him, by the way, don't be too hard on the guy. Remember, even you've been seated on where he is seated for 30 years, and you are not seeing networkers. When they come to your office, you look at them from the shoe to their hair, the way they are untidy, and you're thinking, what are you telling me? So please be kind to the guy. At least he listened to us. And guess what? For a minute or for close to an hour, he was open. He had an open mind. I could see his mind open like a parachute. And I could see him soaking. Guess what? He got a notebook. And he wrote so many notes because he was so green on this. And I was imagining, this is a manager who is running a whole branch. He has zero information on blockchain. What about our people out here? And these are the people with authority. And like we say, the rivers, they gravitate toward the sea. And our people are at the bottom. They are ground zero. They are like the sea. And these are the people with influence who are supposed to gravitate this information to our people. And they are ignorant to the direction the world is going. So we of course, we finished the meeting. He downloaded the app, the wallet, and it's like, of course, I'll do some research here and there, but now I'm aware where people lose money is not. So like Mildred is saying here, I told her, please organize a meeting with your chairman, because they need to hear from somebody else. They need to hear like from Kedagor, because he has been a banker. This has been his industry. And that is why you need to understand that triangle. That triangle is very key. That between you and your prospect, there is trust. These people, they know you, but there is no respect. Between you and your expert, guess what is there? You edify the expert. You tell them this is the expert. This is the person who knows how to do this thing. He has been in the industry for a number of years. Between now your expert and the prospect, there is respect. Because once you do the edification, now what you are doing, you are earning the expert the respect that he deserves. And remember, it's not the trust that earns you money, it's the respect. Once you do the edification, your job is to keep your mouth shut. Don't open your mouth again. Don't say, I don't know, you forgot to tell them about what. Please, because now your person will realize, now this expert, you brought somebody who is like you, and he is not qualified to speak to me. So, and because I have seen most of you so excited, and when either Kendagal or somebody else is, or BK or somebody else is doing the presentation, and you are busy telling your person, please, you forgot, or you are telling the expert, you've forgotten an item, please mention this to them. Guess what? You water everything away, you take it away. We've tried to close some people. When you tell somebody, when you give me information about somebody, and you tell me their status, I know how to handle these people. When I'm asking them for 2 Ethereums, don't interject and say, please, tell them to start with the minimum. Remember, people are our business. People are our capital. If the business is worth $1 million, would you start with 10,000? So if you want to build 160 million, I want you to imagine how many 10,000 will it take you, or how many people in terms of 10,000 will it take you to hit 160 million? So when we are telling people start with the 2 Ethereums, it's because I'm the expert. It's because already they will respect me. Whatever I tell them, jump. They will keep jumping and asking me how high, how high. But when you tell them jump 1 feet, guess what? Even half feet, they will not be able to jump. So guys, I'm so excited. Anshiro, I can see you on this call. What are some of the objections you faced? We visited a few people with you, and they've really called you after we've left. And I want you to come on and share your experience. People have seen you earn 3 million, and they're thinking is an easy ride. Tell them how bumpy it has been.
Oh, thank you very much, Uncle Medway, for a powerful presentation, and JKK. Yeah, so I've also been whipped by my own friends, people actually telling me that, yes, we've done a presentation. Then when I do the follow-up, they're like, no, it's a scam. I have actually talked to my partner. Like now, I think we had a meeting last week at Westgate on Wednesday, and we had a very good presentation. My friends actually were able to download the token pocket, but once I followed up the next day, they actually told me, no, I've talked to my partner and they've done their own research. So what you're doing is a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. So yeah, so people are still stuck on that it's a pyramid scheme, because once we give the information, then they're still going back to the internet. As much as we are showing them our own results, they still don't believe, they're still doubting Thomas's. And I also speak to my mom, who is on this call, who is also meeting a lot of objections. Like now, there's a relative of us she had actually gone to see, and she really made noise for my mom. Molly, you put airtime to come and cheat me, to scam me. You have no, you are very idle, you are scamming me, and this is a relative. But you know what? We talk with mom, we laugh about it, and she's back on the Zoom call with a few of her guests. So as in, she's not letting these objections take the better of her. And one thing I've learned from my mom is she's always on the Zoom. And my mom is not tech service, she's in Nyeri, but she's always on these Zoom calls, and she gets objections. She'll either call me or Uncle Megwe and ask, by the way, how do I go about this? So she doesn't beat herself up and say, this thing is not working. What is this, Shiro, you put me into? No, for her, she is still going. So yeah, so Uncle Megwe, those are a few objections. And yeah, the funniest bit is that I've done a presentation in Kikuyu. It was quite hilarious. So that was the highlight of my week. And it's, in this business, we are meeting so many I mean, so many people. So yeah, so we have highlights, we have lows, we have ups and downs, but we also have happy moments. And yeah, so thank you. I don't think I've missed anything, Uncle Migwe.
Oh, before you go, I want you to help a young woman who is on this call. And sometimes you might be forced to stoop too low. And of course, you've come to me many times and you ask me what would be your advice on this, because sometimes you might think the business is not working and we might even try to push it in the wrong direction. So you, as my niece, I want you to be the one sharing that information and helping somebody who is on this call who has been placed to the corner.
Okay, what I've learned when you're pressed to the corner, you always have to go down to that person's level. Try and understand them from where they are coming from. So don't talk to them like you're up there. Literally kneel down to their level and get to their level and talk to them at their level. Don't get annoyed, don't get agitated, be very calm, smile once in a while, because once you do that, then you're able to relate with this particular person. Then they don't have to feel that you're inferior simply because you have made a few coins there here or there. So that's what I've learned from Uncle Megwe. Come down to everybody's level. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. And remember, even if those people, they don't sign, please move on. I have a slogan that says, keep walking. There are people who will, and we've seen it out there, you go and we do a presentation, somebody follows you with a call, come back, let's do this, ABCD. Please don't open your envelopes. Remember, there are so many people out here. Remember, more people are being born than money is being printed. We have a very huge business. This business is not going anywhere. We will build it. We are not leaving anybody behind. So I see Bernard is on this call. I want to bring him up so that we can close the call. He can share a few nuggets here and there. For those of you who do not know, Bernard Kraithe is an avid golfer. He is also a family man. I think he has a candidate like me. This year, I think Mututumi a success card. And he has also been in business. He has run a very huge business for more than 18 years. So if there is somebody who is qualified to speak on some matters of business, I think Bernard is highly qualified. So Bernard Kraithe, are you there?
Yes, sir. And thank you very much. Thank you, Uncle Megwe. Thank you, of course, JKK and all the other speakers as well, Shiro, Nyambura, Mildred, yeah, and Tabitha. I mean, it's good learning from each of you guys, being able to understand. I think it's important for all of us just to note one very important thing. And before I do this, let me just say where I'm coming from, because I think sometimes maybe someone might be asking, you know, how do you know this? Ladies and gentlemen, I've built teams before in network marketing. I know what we are doing right now. It's not really network marketing, but I built a team before in All Ventures, which had 1,300 people. That's at the second highest level in that company. And also, in addition to that, I've actually been able to build teams of way over probably 6,000-7,000 people collectively. If I say, let's say from the time I started this business back in 2014 to date. Yes, so just from there, let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. I would like each and everyone to note that there is no single person in this world that is allocated to us by God to make us rich. If we put that in our minds, we can never be disappointed by that person who tells us no, or who takes us around, or who tells us that they received a revelation late in the night that what we are doing is not good for her or for him, or that, you know, they feel this is, ladies and gentlemen, you are let down by one person, you move on to the next. I want you to know the most successful person in the world who ever walked in the face of this world had 12 disciples only 12. And look, so all we need to do is keep on talking to other people. You are let down by one person, you leave them and you move on to the next. And let me tell you what, even if you speak to, unfortunately, those who give up, they even never speak to a second person. You're told no, and you're like, oh my God, this just sounds so bad. Let them call it a pyramid scheme. Let them call it what they want to call it. You will be making money. By the time they wake up, you have over 100 Ethereum. You have over probably even 700 Ethereum. And now they're looking back and saying, hey, what is that thing you were telling me back in 2021, January or February? Ladies and gentlemen, you move on. We move on to the next and to the next, and we keep on talking to people. If we make it our role to speak to minimum 3 people every single day, I can tell you without a doubt, we will be successful. You will forget about the people who told you no. The person who tells you no, we leave them behind. We move on with that person who tells you yes. If you look at JKK, if you look at his account that has almost $40,000 as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, he's only signed up 6 people. So you don't even need the whole world to really get to that level. So thank you so much to all the speakers, but just remember, there is no specific person in this world who is supposed to make you or me rich. We have 7 billion people in the world to speak to. Let me tell you, we can speak to strangers. We will speak to each and every single person who can hear, and they get to join. Thank you very much. Back to JKK.
JKK, you're muted. We can't hear you, you're muted.
And I've said so many things. Wow. Thank you for reminding me. So thank you so much, BK. Thank you so much, Angomikwi. Thank you so much, Nyambura. Thank you so much, everyone who has spoken, and Shiro, the people who gave their experiences. Thank you, everyone. We have things in store that are coming out that we will be rolling out. By the way, I'm so excited. In the next few days, the number of people that we are going to sign up are going to be incredible. We are opening great doors right now for all of us to be able to achieve and so on. So if you have gotten value, just before we end, please type in 8888 on the chat. If you have gotten any value from what people have shared here, what this particular call has meant to you, please put in there 888 that you are going to go out there tomorrow and start anew. You are going to make your new list. You are going to make calls. You are going to disregard any negative thing that you're going to meet out there tomorrow. And from tonight onwards, your dreams are waiting for you. Your dreams are waiting for you. So thank you, everyone. Have a good one. We have so many things lined up for all of us. We have a real event that is coming out before the end of this month, and we want people to hit level 8. Is it 8 or 9? Bernard, is it which level on which slot in
level 7?
7.
Level 7 in X3.
7. Yes. Anyone who hits level 7 on X3 in the next few towards the end of this month, you are going to be recognized in a special event that we are going to be having, and we are going to post the details as soon as possible. So get ready. We are moving forward, and we are achieving great things. So thank you, everyone. Have a great evening. God bless you. Let's see you on the next line. So God bless you and have a good evening.